Okay, so here's the Easter egg drawing from earlier today, and I am going to give you some tips and tricks on painting this in. This is watercolor paint, and this is just like a $5 palette from Michael's Craft Store, which is really great. And these are some nice acrylic paint brushes, but you can use them for watercolor paint also. I don't know how many of you have read some of the information on the By His Hands Art website, but I have been an art teacher for 13 years. I retired this past May to work on my business and stay at home so I can make more art and share this with all of you. Here's what you do. This is watercolor paint, so you want to use water. We're not going to be so concerned about staying in the line. And I always like to mix the paint colors. It makes it so much more fun. Now I've got this up on a slant today for demonstration purposes, so hopefully the water won't drip too bad. You always want to kind of work with lights and darks, and I always think if I have a bright color like this pink in the background, what color is going to look good for the egg? Well, the opposite of pink or red is green. It's also warm and cool colors because pink and red is a warm color and green is a cool color. So anytime you really want an object to stand out, you use the warm, cool palette. That's a little bit of yellow just to add some flavor. This water wants to drip, so I'm just kind of drying my brush off. And I think some blue would look really nice in here. I spent years really trying to be a little bit of a perfectionist with all my art. And it would kind of be a little bit stressful because I felt like I could never really get where I wanted to get, and then I was always erasing and fixing, and I was never satisfied. And I think a little bit was from my art training. I went to the University of Georgia Art School, and one of my drawing professors was a perfectionist. So, of course, they instill that in all their students. And I became very tight with my art. And it was probably about 8 years after teaching art every day that I started to just realize, my artwork doesn't have to be tight. I can loosen up. I can color outside the lines. I can mix my paints, and actually I have the freedom to make it any way I want. And you have the same freedom. You really just want to start to play with colors and paint. Let's see. Sometimes you just have to get started. Just pick a starting point. You can always go back and try to change things, brighten them up, add some black marker. Now I'm not sure what color I want to use on little swirls. Maybe we'll bring that pink back in. You don't really want to mix opposite colors, so red and green, purple and yellow, orange and blue. If they're wet on wet, you don't want to mix them because it will turn a mucky color. Now I'm just going to start painting my squares. Just mix, blend, have fun with it. Watercolor paint, this is just one way. You could use markers, acrylic paint, gouache. And I know, even though this is a really loose paint right now, that when I finish and the whole work is painted in, that it will be really fun, really bright, and it will make a great artwork to share with somebody as a gift for Easter. A plaque, I could put on a canvas wrap. I could put it on a coffee mug. I can print this on all different things because that's really what we do. We're a full service printing company, and so I have the ability to print all of this fun art on different products, like this mug. That's one of the artworks. And I have all of that printing equipment. I'm going to finish this egg, and then I'm going to turn this video off so I can paint some more and then show you. I like to encourage people to just free yourself up a little bit. If I wanted to sit in and paint perfect eggs, I could do that. But knowing a lot of people get caught up on perfectionism and everything has to be just right and everything just has to be perfect. I kind of want to loosen that up a bit. Not make you feel like it has to be just right. Now right now I'm not really happy with that orange behind that yellow, but it's okay. That orange, this blue and orange just mixed because I'm painting on a slant here. Put some green in there and see how that looks. And I know this watercolor paint is going to dry lighter. Put a little green up in here, make it a little bit lime. I'm going to start on this one. So have fun painting your eggs in. Post your finished product. It'll be fun to see all the messy ones like mine. And some people will have perfectly painted in eggs. But the good news is we're all allowed to be different and paint however we want, because there are no rules. It's just fun. And I will post some more videos later. Have a great afternoon.